going on, guys? My name is Dan Davis and I'm the creative director here at DansTube.TV, and I've got my infamous test. I'm testing out the obstacle avoidance with the newly released DJI Air 3. The usual spot I've done these tests in the past, it's very dense. There's a lot of trees, branches, all sorts of shrubbery around me. So this really is the ultimate test. I'm going to try to pick up the pace a little bit. I'm going to put it on bypass mode to actually see how it all performs in this environment. So let me just turn it on to bypass mode. There we go. It's on bypass mode now, ready to go. And I'm going to see how well the Air 3 performs with this omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. I'm also going to check out how it goes when you use the 3x as well as the wide angle camera system. Let's see how this goes. I've got it actually, I'm testing out the Osmo Mobile 6 for another video, so let's see how this all goes. This is with the tracking as well as that zoom. Seems to be doing a pretty good job, the zoom and the tracking. So that's the new option with Osmo Mobile 6 with the ActiveTrack 6. All right, let's test this out now. I've got the drone up in the air, got that ActiveTrack on, and I've got it tracking me from the front. It seems to be going to the side right now. I think it's gonna pick up where I am and start to come around the front. All right, here we go. So let's get this guy tracking us. Seems to be relatively high at the moment. Just behind me tracking. Let's start recording. Seems to be doing a really good job here. Let's see. Okay, so this is with just the wide angle system. I've got it tracking me just behind there. You can kind of see it in the distance just behind me. And let's see how it goes down this little path. This is a little wider than the test that I'll be doing after this one. Typically, they're able to maneuver these kind of environments. Right now, it's doing a pretty good job so far. Taken a little bit longer than I thought to catch up, and it seems to be also a little higher than I want it to be, but overall it's doing a great job. No issues so far with anything. Seems to be in a bit more of an open area, a bit more confident now. You can see that it's sensing everything around it. You can see the sensors picking up on what's going on in the environment, but great job so far. No issues with anything. Seems to be keeping up even though there is a lot in the environment. It might stop here. No, look at that. Went around, it's still tracking me. There's a lot going on here. Let's see how it's gonna go. No, it might have lost me. So this is now utilizing that 3x, the medium telephoto system. Let's see how it goes with a different perspective. The sensors should still theoretically work the same, but let's see how we go with this one. I'm just gonna put the bag behind me and let's start the ActiveTrack from behind. So I'm very curious to see how this one goes, because this is a completely different perspective. I haven't even experimented with utilizing a different focal length. So this is the 3x medium telephoto system. Completely different perspective, because you can see a lot of stuff in the foreground, but it's still tracking me and creating something very unique. So far, so good. Oh God, that's pretty terrifying. It's swinging. Whoa, okay, still going, still going. We're all good. Wow, this is pretty crazy that it's able to do this. Obviously the sensors would still theoretically be working the same. It's just hit a tiny branch. Those little branches seem to be the biggest trouble for the drone, but outside of that, if it's a relatively large tree, not an issue. All right, so let's try something down here. I'm gonna try a little bit of a faster test. I'm gonna stop it tracking me. Let's get it on me. There we go. So let's see how it goes. Tracking me with that 3x telephoto, picking up a little pace down here. Hopefully there's no spider webs. Okay, so as you would expect, seems to be doing a great job. Let's get it to track now from the front. So theoretically, it shouldn't have to change much. It has increased in altitude, I've noticed. Let's see how it goes. Oof. Woo! Okay, those tiny branches, they are the ones that get it. They definitely are the ones that get it. Okay, I'm just gonna see if I can get a better perspective here. So let's get a distance, because I wanna see how the telephoto system goes. So I have noticed that compared to the other drones I've tested, it seems to increase in altitude. It wants to go a little bit higher. And I can't even manually pull it down. That's just the height that it wants to stick at, which is a little bit concerning because there are a lot of tiny branches at that height. So far though, pretty good tracking front on, swaying a fair bit, but you can see pretty impressive so far. I think it's probably too high to go through that little gap there. So let's go back to the 1x system and let's see if we can get something a little bit lower here. So now it should want to, no. That was not good. That was not good. So that did not seem to be a great test. It seemed to just constantly increase in altitude and kept like a higher point. There were a few examples there where it worked well, but the drone crashed and I've now got some snapped propellers. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna test this one anytime soon. The drone itself seems to be fine. The gimbal's working, everything seems to be okay, but yeah, bit of a sketchy one, this one. Not gonna rush out to do this anytime soon. All right, so recording from the Osmo Mobile 6, the Platinum Grey Edition with that ActiveTrack 6.0, the new update, you can see the drone took a beating. Lost like a full prop here. Yeah, not looking good. Luckily, the gimbal itself is fine. It took a little bit of a hit. The arms seem to be okay, not crazy amounts of damage. But yeah, for whatever reason, this didn't seem to be as reliable as even the Mini 3 Pro, which is a smaller drone, so maybe that's why it handled this scenario better. And the Mavic 3 series, you know, the Mavic 3 Pro and Classic, they all seem to handle this environment perfectly fine, but you can see the Air 3 took a beating, lost some propellers, you know, tips of the propellers. This guy lost a full propeller, and yeah, I'm very lucky that the drone itself isn't damaged. I don't know what this is about. I don't know whether the actual like field of view of the actual obstacle avoidance sensors is less than the Mavic 3 series. I believe that it is slightly. And also the other thing could be that for whatever reason, it seems to increase in altitude wanting to get that distance. That was when I tested the medium telephoto as well as just the wide angle as well. So that was not fun at all. For whatever reason, I decided to put my drones to the test in a situation like this. The Air 3 did not seem to hold up for whatever reason. Those few points I mentioned just could not handle this environment here. So yeah, definitely something to keep in mind, especially when it's increasing in altitude. That's where a lot of those like thinner branches are up above us. So maybe that was, you know, where a lot of these issues came from. That's actually where that final crash happened, because it went too high, it didn't go lower. Maybe I could have put it in the nifty mode, which is the other ActiveTrack mode that's a little bit more intense, but could have been even more risky. So I'm just very fortunate that everything's still working right now. But keep that in mind. I'm the guinea pig here, testing it out for you guys. I think you want to go with more wide open spaces, because imagine if you were tracking yourself on a bike and you were in an environment like this is an actual bike path. There's a bunch of little ramps behind me. I guess it just didn't seem to hold up to the test as well as I thought it would. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go and clean up the drone, change propellers, and get back to it. So thank you so much for watching. Talk to you in the next one. Peace.